The best damn league ever is back for season number 16 of baseball action. That's right, we have been around since the year 2011, and this is my favorite league that I've ever been in, and I've been in quite a few, so that's saying something. Let's take a moment to look back at last season and our champion. Damn it, Bobby. That's right, damn it, Bobby, the number one seed going in the playoffs, took it down. And how'd they do it? It looks like they dominated 8-1-1 over Team Loman, but if you really look into this, this was a tight game all around. I mean, we've got great ERAs on both sides, high K totals, high home run totals. I mean, everything across the board was pretty close except for stolen bases and maybe you could say OBP, but this was a tight game indeed. So bravo, bravo. 2025 season also marked the end of an era,
If it bleeds,
of a dynasty.
we can kill it.
Tony was shooting for the four-peat. He has 5 championships already, and he was about to make it 6 last year and 4 in a row, not to mention 4 out of the last 5 seasons. Pure dominance on your part, Tony. Kudos, man. Like, nice run. Let's see what you got this year. We'll be going over your team in a second. With all congratulations aside, let's get right into the favorite part of the video for me, which is the draft recap.
Stop being such a pussy!
Starting with the number 1 overall pick, we've got Mookie's Way. Mookie's Way is Alberto Avila. He's coming off of a tough season, 87 and 120 with 13 ties. This year he gets the number 1 overall pick. With that, he took obviously the best player on the planet, Shohei Ohtani. I'm going to make this about me real quick, but I was the first player to draft Shohei Ohtani. This is the 2018 draft recap. I got him in the 11th round, so yeah, I had to make it about me. Outside of that pick, you went with what I am deeming the seesaw strat. Now, I'm going to be naming everyone's strategy some sort of nickname, and yours gets the seesaw name because you went back and forth hitting, pitching a lot. After getting a pitcher and hitter in one, you went power hitter in Olsen, and then power hitter, pitcher, hitter, pitcher, hitter, hitter, pitcher, pitcher, hitter, hitter, pitcher, pitcher. So you went for balance, and I can appreciate that. The only thing left to say about your team is who I believe is your steal of the draft, which I'll be doing for each team. And I believe Drake Baldwin is your steal of the draft. Coming off of a Rookie of the Year season, for you to get a catcher of his caliber and who's off to a hot start this season in the 11th round, and who is a Brave that you love, which, by the way, you took a lot of Braves. A lot of Braves! I love the Braves too, so I can't blame you, but I think this is a solid draft. I think it's going to work out for you, so nicely done, Mookie's Way. Let's move on to the number 2 pick. Our reigning champs, Tiggy and Derek, the Big Amish, formerly known as Damn It, Bobby, are going with the strat that I'm calling the youth movement, or Sonic Youth, if you will. Nick Kurtz, Roman Anthony, both huge rookie seasons last year. Mizorowski could be big. You've got possible Rookie of the Year talent this year already in Griffin and McGonigal, even Imai. I mean, lots of great youth. I would talk about Aaron Judge, but you've traded him already. You sent him and Bregman away for Zach Neto and Corbin Carroll. Got a lot of shortstop action here. Yeah, Mookie Betts just got her for me. Send me a trade. Looks like to me you're gonna have nice power numbers. You've definitely got some stolen bases across the board, ready to rock. I don't want to say the pitching's mid because I'm a believer in mid pitching. You have a nice middle core of pitchers that anybody would be starting right now. With that said, let's move on to your steal of the draft, which to me it has to be Connor Griffin. 14th round for a player of his talent. Now, McGonigal might fight for that position too because he might actually have a better season. Who will have a better career, I don't know. So let's move on to the number 4 overall pick. Boys in the dugout decided to go with Bobby Witt after I passed on him at number 3, and I cannot blame you. After that, you went with what I'm deeming the resting pitch face strategy. Yes, that's the resting pitch face. Because after you took Junior Caminero, which is a fine pick in the 2nd round, you went with 5 pitchers in the next 7 rounds, 4 in a row from the 3rd round on, and 3 of those pitchers being Phillies pitchers, and 2 of those pitchers being named Logan. The resting pitch face strategy should work well for you. Only because I do believe you got some real nice hitters around all those nice pitchers. Then you got who I consider your steal of the draft, which is Byron Buxton. In the 7th round, like why are we loving this? You know, I mean, this guy just never, does he ever stick around? Well, he did last year. He finally did. And yes, 126 games is not a full season, but 35 home runs is a whole bunch of home runs. 97 runs scored. I mean, look at this production. 24 stolen bases, RBIs galore. I love it. I wanted him. That is my steal of the draft for you. Another solid squad drafted by one of us. And let's move on to pick number 5. Our reigning runner-up for the championship last year, Team Lohman, has the number 5 overall pick and is obviously coming off a pretty good year with 116 wins. Which reminds me, I did not mention that Boys in the Dugout, Adam Oakes, had 114 wins last year and a damn fine season as well. So I forgot to mention that. But back to Team Lohman. He went with the bet on the vet strategy because with his first 4 picks, he just took professionals. I mean, Acuna, Schwarber, Alvarez, Freeman, these guys just tank, and that's as solid as it comes. Obviously, Alvarez and Acuna have their injury history, but they also have their history of being awesome. So real tight first 4 picks. Then went ahead and said, want to take care of that closer game real quick. And Mason Miller is about as good as any closer in the business. Absolutely love him. Gardner Webb alum, what's up? He's my only claim to fame. When anyone asks where I played baseball at, I can say where Mason Miller played ball at. Finally, there's a major leaguer from that freaking school. So thank you, Mason. But after that, I mean, one thing I really like is you did really well late in your draft. I mean, Owen Casey's looking real good. Alvarez has so much potential. Senga, all of us, any one of us would start Senga on a healthy day. Mackenzie Gore's tight. I mean, there's a lot of goodness going on. But for me, your steal of the draft is Sandy Alcantara because, I mean, the guy hadn't given up a run this year. He's only a couple years removed from a Cy Young award. If he puts it together, I mean, man, what a draft pick. I can't believe I didn't take him earlier, but we'll see my draft strategy later and why I didn't. But I love him in the 10th. I think it's going to work out real well for you. This should be a solid squad. I look forward to seeing what you do this year. So let's keep moving along so you can hear about every team. So on to the 6th overall pick. We've got Wyatt, Texas Ranger. Owner Chet Smith is a league legend. He has 2 championships to his name, I believe in 18 and in 21. And he finished 3rd last year with 119 wins. So definitely a player we have to deal with. He went with the need for speed strategy. That's right, the need for speed. Ellie, obviously known for that. Crochet throwing bullets. Turner, one of the fastest players we've ever known. Langford's got good legs. Duran can run as well. Early on, made sure to take care of that, and I can always appreciate that because as a team that always tries to lead the league in stolen bases, I'm all about that life. Another impressive part of your team is you've got some pitching. Crochet leading the pack. I mean, one of the top 3 pitchers in the game, obviously. And then Yuri Perez could be a breakout. Nolan McLean, I mean, everyone's talking about great stuff. A lot of possibilities there. And from there on out, pretty solid picks. A lot of players that I was looking at. Grisham, Vaughn, Late, Lawler. I mean, who doesn't like some Jake Berger? But your steal of the draft to me is Ozzie Albies. Why? Because 2023, this man was hitting like he's a first baseman. 33 bombs, 109 ribbies. I mean, 96 runs scored. He's just been a little banged up. I mean, last year wasn't an awful year, but he's still 29 years old. And with 2 30 home run seasons under his belt, I mean, obviously this man's got potential. And at second base, if you're right about this, it's going to work out real well for you. Having a nice second baseman is always nice. Now, as far as your lineup is concerned, we already know stolen bases are on the way. We can see plenty of home runs up and down here. You should be competing in that, and we already talked about your pitching, which should be just fine. So another competitor in our mix here, and obviously Chet is always in the mix. Always worried about you, man. Always worried about your team. Bring it on. I'm here for it. Let's keep it rocking here, and let's head on to our next pick, the number 7 overall pick, which is Tommy Chong Surgery.
Chill out, dickwad.
Coming off of a tough season, Patrick Damasco had 81 wins to 126 losses last year, but hopes to redeem himself by going with the low-risk, high-reward strategy. What do I mean by that? Well, we've got solid players here, man. Jose Ramirez, Lindor, always there for you. Yamamoto is going to eat up innings, even though he does play for the Dodgers. Rooker's got homers on the way in that minor league stadium. Jackson Merrill is, I think, going to have a real nice comeback season here. Peralta in the 6th, possible ace. Langoliers has a massive amount of home runs coming your way. Bush is solid. Salvador's solid. And 3 Brandons in a row. Very nice. So this is low risk, and there's a lot of reward there for you waiting. And when looking at your team and possible projections here, got enough stolen bases to hang for sure. Power numbers seem to be there. And with the pitching staff being held up by Yamamoto, Woodruff, if he can stay healthy all year, he's always solid. Jack Leiter's got a lot of potential. Rasmussen is very consistent, and Peralta's got a lot of potential. Your steal of the draft to me is Jackson Merrill. Why? 5th round for a player of his talent. They were expecting a lot of him sophomore season, and he had the sophomore slump. But if you look at his per 162 average since he got to the league, 24 home runs, 94 ribbies, 83 runs. And I think his speed will come back around this year. He's off to a decent start so far. Nothing spectacular, but he has been showing the pop. But I'm a big Jackson Merrill fan. I've got him in my Dynasty League, and he's not going anywhere. I'm a former 1st-round pick, and he's still so young. He's about to turn 23 here in a couple weeks. So enjoy that player. And with that said, on to the 8th pick. And that number 8 pick is my friend Lee that I just brought into the league, which may have been a mistake considering that this is one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. Let's see what he's up to, because I think it's pretty nice because, well, it's very similar to what I did, so obviously I think very highly of it, but let's dig in. He went with the swing for the fence strategy, and what do I mean by that? Well, Lee did not come into this league scared. He made a trade, and a giant trade at that, right out the gate, trading his 1st-round pick to gain some more draft capital and move back to a 2nd-round pick and pick up an 8th pick in the process. He also swung for the fence in a way that he didn't draft a pitcher until the 8th round, and that was a relief pitcher, future Hall of Famer Aroldis Chapman, and he didn't take his first starting pitcher until the 9th. Swinging for the fence in a way that all his hitters are crushers. Basically, everyone on his team has a big bat. Guerrero, what a World Series last year. Chisholm, 30 home runs. Wood has all the potential in the world and is a giant. The Pasquatch, the great Pasquatch, who been hanging out with Shane Gillis lately, apparently. That's ridiculous. Ben Rice in the 5th round, power hitting catcher who doesn't catch all the time and is going to get you lots of ABs. Bichette, who really came back around last year. Soderstrom, who showed off what he can do and is playing in a minor league park. And then, Okamoto and Jack Caglianone in the 10th and 11th. And love some Nolan Schanuel as well. OBP monster, might be picking up the power a little bit this year. Lee really went for it. He trusts himself in finding quality pitching later, and that is definitely a strategy of mine. And because he drafted so well, it's actually hard to tell who I would actually consider his biggest steal of the draft. Messick down at 21 might be nice. Shanwell I like. I like Lyle down here. Did really well late in the draft. Big Okamoto fan here, but it's got to be Jack. People were picking him up before he was even called up to the major leagues, and then he struggled mightily in his first go, but that's okay. Still managed to hit 7 home runs. That's not great or anything, but he got called up to the big leagues pretty freaking fast, and I think that's one reason to believe in him. I think he's in for a big season, and if he does pop in the 11th round, you've got yourself a monster there to go along with all your other monsters. So if your strategy doesn't work, that means mine didn't, because as mentioned already, that's kind of what I was thinking. I wanted hitters, and With that said, I actually got to say this is one of the better teams in my opinion, but I'm biased, obviously. And on to the ninth pick, league legend Tony, who actually made that gigantic trade with Lee. So Tony said, hey, I don't mind if I do have 2 first-round picks. As mentioned before, Tony did not four-peat. And but with 110 wins, most teams would have considered that a great success. For Tony, that's absolute failure. If he doesn't win the whole thing, he doesn't even want to talk about it. What strategy did he go with? Well, I'm calling it the if it ain't broke, don't fix it strategy, because we all know Tony and we all know what he does. He drafts big bats and he cannot lie. He said, Rodriguez, Tucker, Harper, Devers, I don't care what position you play, you're on the team. Abrams, Yelich, Teo, Luis Robert, just a plethora of hitters with Jacob deGrom right in the middle, which you know he's going to love some Jacob deGrom, being a Mets and Rangers fan. What a perfect player for him. It took a lot of potential goodness down below, but I want to just focus on what he was actually up to here, which is power. He wants the power hitters. He's going to get the power hitters. Saying is, if you look, he actually has quite a few stolen bases on the way, according to projections as well, which is new for Tony. Now, don't get me wrong, he competes in the category, but he might actually have a league winner here. So with a ton of solid players like that, who could be the steal of the draft? Well, I think it's Luis Robert. The change of scenery from Chicago, White Sox land to the Mets should be quite helpful. He's already off to a good start this year, 474 OBP. He's homered, he's stolen twice, and he's only a couple years removed from a 38 home run season with 20 stolen bases. He stole 33 last year. He's 28 years old this year. Man, you got him in the 10th round. He could play like a second rounder. So if he does, and with this group of guys, we might be in a lot of trouble again. Everybody work with me to keep Tony out of the playoffs, because we all know once he gets there, he just doesn't lose. And with that 10th pick, we have Rice Baby, Michael Soto, who last year was Michael's motivated team with only 89 wins, not last place though, and fairly close to an even season, not too shabby. What did he do this year? Well, his strategy was going to be the speed kills strategy, but then he went and traded all his speed away. Not all his speed. In fact, he had so much speed here, as you can see, that maybe that's what he should have done. He sent off Carroll and Neto. So what did he get in return? Well, we talked about earlier, Judge and Bregman, and he got the best hitter in the world, and he got a cheating jackass. Alex Bregman. I hate him more than any player in the history of the game. Don't even get me started about that. But still, he's a fine fantasy player, whatever. So since I guess you still get the speed kills strat name, I'll just tell you right now, I love Pivetta. In fact, Pivetta is your steal of the draft in my book, because, well, he had an excellent year last year, and he's been on the cusp for a minute. 2 years ago, he was the first pitcher I took, which was in like the 10th or 11th round, and his ERA was lacking a bit, but he showed so much K potential. I mean, 175, 183, 172. And last year, he finally put it all together with a 2.87 ERA and a whip under 1 with plenty of Ks. So for you to get him in the 9th round, I mean, that's a potential ace. Is he going to win a Cy Young Award? I mean, I don't know. He's 33 years old, 6'5", 210, and he seems to have it figured out now. So he had a bad start to the season so far, but the Ks are still high. That is my steal of the draft for you, and I would like to trade for him if you don't mind. Just go ahead and send me that trade while I move on to the 11th pick of the draft. And with that 11th pick, we have Jeremy's scary team, who did have 100 wins last year, a losing season, but 100 wins nonetheless. He went with what I will call the Captain Jean-Luc Pitch Hard strat. Now, he just said pitcher, 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 and mean pitchers at that. The Skubal-Skeens combo, that's dirty. Hunter Brown, Cy Young contender last year. Fried, Cy Young contender. Munoz, tip-top relief pitcher. Duran, tip-top. and then said, all right, I'm done with pitching. Let's just go ahead and start grabbing a bunch of players, and some really nice players indeed. Cruz got off to a bad start defensively, but he has started hitting the ball all over the place. Adames is always solid. Trout's future Hall of Famer, still doesn't suck. Pages is on the brink. Barger had an amazing year last year. I've got him on the dynasty team. Considering we have to keep moving on, your steal of the draft's Mike Trout. A comeback year last year, 130 games, 26 homers, 359 OBP, and this year he's come out swinging hard. He did get hit on the hand by a pitch the other day. Looks like he's going to be okay, nothing broken. We're always worried about that. We want to see Mike Trout healthy. I don't really know anyone that hates Trout, so can you get this guy to the playoffs just one time maybe? Probably not. Go get him, Trout, and go get him, Jeremy. To the 12th team we go, and that 12th team is the Pink Pony Club. So the strat here is the upside your head strat. Now what does that mean? I don't even know yet. After a 90-win season last year, Wesley Amos looks to keep us all guessing, because a lot of these players, I think we're going to be slapping ourselves in the head going, why didn't I draft him there? Just upside your head indeed. Every pick had some intent here, and I mean, Churio in the second round, Henderson here in the first, great back-to-back, solid players. But then Marte in the third, upside my head, woo. Reagan's, PCA in the sixth. I mean, he was looking like a first-round pick the first half of last year. So you might have a bargain right there. I love Perdomo, Hunter Goodman. I've got him on my dynasty team. You got some solid closers. Didn't waste a pick here. The projections, they're saying that they don't see a lot of home runs, but then again, I mean, Chase DeLauder is already on pace for about 300 home runs this year. You've got lots of stolen bases on the way, of super solid pitching staff, and one of the steals of the draft, Perdomo in the 7th round. Are you kidding me? This guy's coming off of a career year, a breakout year, led the league in WAR. Are you kidding me? 20 home runs, 27 stolen bases, even hit 100 RBI and 98 runs scored. All these stats are delicious. That's a shortstop in the 7th round who could be a league winner. I would like, you've already heard me, Betts is hurt. Can I trade for him, please? I need a shortstop. And your team should compete quite well, but I hope you don't compete as well as the next team we're going to bring up, because that team is my team. And I'm actually going to be able to give you a little insight to what I was thinking. I'm only guessing on what you guys were doing with the results here, but everyone here had a fantastic draft, and we've got a lot of great players, but let's see what my team did and see if maybe I can get my first ship in 10 years. So with the 3rd pick, I had a lot to think about. First off, I have some basic draft strategies that I believe in, but I might be wrong about. I do not care about pitchers. I was a pitcher in college, and we are random as fuck. And
No shit.
when we get hurt, we just get hurt so badly. It's so easy, just a little fingernail tweet. Oh, my fingernail hurts. I can't pitch for 2 weeks. So I can't believe in them. They're the worst athletes on the field. So I draft them on the back end. I think they're chaotic, and so I don't think one pitcher can make a difference. But I'm probably wrong, because I haven't won the league in 10 years. But I just know that every single time I've ever gone hard on pitching, it hasn't worked out for me. So with the first pick, or the number 3 overall pick, I went with Soto over Witt and over J-Ram, who I highly consider both those players. Why did I take Soto? Just straight up consistency. He's one of the most patient, impressive hitters in the game that's ever lived, honestly. When you watch him, I mean, he's already had an epic career, and I don't even think he's 28 years old yet. So I just went for the consistency, and also he started stealing bases last year, which I don't expect that to continue, but if he just gets me half of that amount last year, I'll be excited about that.
It's as satisfying to me as coming is.
The rest of the draft for me, I was kind of winging it, because I thought I was going to take Chisholm or Marte here, get me a middle infielder, and then one of my favorite players, Cal Raleigh's sitting there, and I just said, I don't care whether he's a catcher, first baseman, whatever. This guy hits bombs, and I got to have him. So I took him, and then I said, let's just keep the power numbers coming. Alonso, Betts, I think, is due for a comeback year, even though he's hurt again already, which it's going to be all right, I think. Terang, was an amazing season last year. Like, I just kept seeing hitters I liked, and I had to take them. I had to have all these hitters. I mean, Adele hit over 30 home runs last year. I had to have him. Marcy could be a 40 stolen base guy. Ward hit a ton of homers last year. So, yes, I did not take my first pitcher until the 14th round, and yes, that pitcher was a relief pitcher. I went ahead and took back-to-back just so I could hold down the closing game, and then I went to work on pitching, and to be honest with you, a lot of these guys aren't going to make it, but I mean, Sasaki's already off my team. Bryce Miller's off the team. Ponce, or however you pronounce it, is already hurt for 60 days at least. So what am I up to right now? I am up to making sure that I am picking up pitchers anytime I see one that I like. And I like Kyle Harrison so far. Romano might be a new closer. Picked up Soriano. We'll see how that goes. As far as projections are concerned for my team, I believe I should hit a lot of home runs. I drafted to hit a lot of home runs. And it looks like the stolen base game might not be too bad for me either. So considering that I completely sold out for hitters, I better have a team that can hit a little bit. My pitching staff is, yes, it's garbage, but I need them to be middle of the road and the hitters do their job. So enough about me. That concludes the 2026 draft recap. I've had a lot of fun making this video. I do plan on having a new video for you every Monday and maybe Tuesday if I don't get caught up. I want to keep this thing going. I think this league's worth it. We all absolutely love this league, and I hope that this will provide a little value and fun for all of us. And just let's just keep rocking, and best of luck to everybody. May the best team win, and I'll see you on the field.